Hello, everyone. It's Friday, January 12th. It's unbelievable. Even our folks, I can see can make mistakes from time to time. The notes they just gave me, says Friday, January 12th, 2023. It is truly unbelievable how time has gone by. And I hope you got to see our state of the state address and everything, but we're joined today by our DNR director, Brett McMillian, and I'm going to start off with just this. I'm going to let Brett join us and everything, and also Jim Strawn is with us and everything, who is the promoter of our hunting and fishing show, and it's going to be the 36th annual West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show right here in our back door in Charleston. It's at the Coliseum and the Civic Center, and the Convention Center. You ought to really mark your calendars and go to this. It's a great thing to take kids to and everything. It's a lot of fun, and it's, on January 19th through the 21st. So try to get out and do that and everything. But Brett and Jim, if you want to chime in here and tell us more, please do.
And thank you for your support in this project. As you stated, this event is going to be absolutely spectacular, and we can't thank you enough for all your support and belief in our natural resources. And we certainly look forward to a really exciting venue. This event is one of the biggest hunting and fishing shows in the state of West Virginia. We've been participating for years as a DNR, and as we discussed, it just made a lot of sense for DNR to actually join in and handle the main sponsorship. Jordan just put up some info on the screen there, and you can see the dates of it again: Friday, Saturday, Sunday, January 19th through the 21st. It will be at the Charleston Convention Center. Tickets are $12 each. Kids under 12 are free. And we really wanted to push that notion just a bit because the trophy hunters, Jim Strawn and his group, agree with all the thoughts that the governor and I all share about getting youth into the sport. This is quite an opportunity for us to actually hopefully get new youth into the sport. The venue itself is going to contain over 200 vendors. Huge shows. We'll have every hunting and fishing item or activity noted there. We're going to have some great exhibits. I think in a minute or two we may see the schedule now. We'll kick that thing off Friday with a ribbon cut, and then Governor will roll right into our Big Buck Photo Contest. And I don't know if you've had an opportunity to take a peek at any of the pictures yet, but wow, we've got a record year. We've did this a couple of go-arounds, and I know you and I both had a ball with it, but this is going to be another great one. Some of those photos it's phenomenal. The natural resources that the good Lord's presented us in West Virginia is I can't speak highly enough about it. But some of the highlights of the weekend, I think, will be our celebrating 20 years of archery in the school, the Blue Catfish program. Our canines will be on site Saturday afternoon. We're going to talk about boater safety. We've even brought our state park section in this year for some thoughts and updates there. Gold Rush talk, trout stockings. We'll have the smaller trout tanks on stage. So we've got a real opportunity in front of us, and I'm just excited to partner with a group like the Trophy Hunters who share some of the same values that we all believe is so important in this hunting and fishing world that we live in and we want to continue to foster. So I do have Jim Strawn with me. He is the promoter for the event. Jim, if you could fill in a couple of items I may have missed out or add anything that you'd like to. We're great to have you as a partner. We can't make it without partners in state government. We realize how beneficial you guys are and how we can serve the public better with your help.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. You are correct. This is a very exciting time when January turns after the holidays, and we look forward to the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show. You mentioned it. It's the 36th annual West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show, brought to you by our good friends at the governor and you mentioned how wonderful we have something for the entire family, all family members. And we really do like to cater to the children. We know that they are the youth. And so we have this youth outdoor challenge that I wanted to mention, and the DNR is very involved with that. We have your trailer there, Director, and we have that laser shot. And that's just one part of the youth outdoor challenge. So we have the laser shot. We have some casting for fish. We have the archery with Almost Heaven Archers, and we have a crossbow skill with the Beyond the Backyard. So we get Cabela's involved, Beyond the Backyard, DNR. You mentioned a couple hundred exhibitors. These exhibitors, these vendors, they come from all over the world, not just Appalachia. We have vendors here from Africa. We have vendors from Canada, the Midwest, coastal Carolina, Florida, the Great Lakes, if you like fish. We literally have something for everyone. And there's even a fashion show on Friday night, kind of taking a look and featuring the latest apparel in fishing and hunting gear, how to stay warm, how to stay dry. So there's really, we like to say there's something for everyone, men, women, teenagers, and the children. The kids love this, and we want to cater to the kids, even a coloring contest. So again, just let people know it does start next Friday. I know you guys have mentioned it. It does begin next Friday, Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. We'll do that ribbon cutting at noon. And then, Director, you mentioned we're going to go right into the big buck contest on what we're calling the West Virginia DNR stage. The stage will be right in the middle of the Grand Hall. You mentioned all these insights and all these educational seminars. That DNR stage is going to be chock full every minute of the entire 3-day show with education and seminars. Friday, noon to 9, Saturday, 9 to 9, Sunday, 10 to 5. Again, we have something for you. This is one of the largest shows that the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center has. We really cater to the hunters and the fishermen out there, and that's what this state's all about, lifting them up, educating them, giving them the opportunity to enjoy our West Virginia great outdoors. So thank you to the governor's office, and thank you to the office of DNR. Brett, we appreciate you guys. I'm ready. Can you tell I'm ready?
I sure can. You're definitely a ball of energy, and as you should be. And we're excited. I know the place is great. So you're right. The governor is the guy behind the scenes. One thing I would add too, and just to kind of kick that along, under his administration, we've added 83,000 acres of public land and over 61 miles of trails. So he really is a huge supporter. If people don't realize that, they've been missing the boat the whole time. So, Governor, I'll turn it back to you. I'm excited about next weekend and can't wait till next Friday.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you very much, Governor.
Well, Brett and Jim, thank you all. And let me just say just this. I'm telling you, if you've got children, you've got grandkids, and you absolutely just watch what's going on in their lives. They're bombarded with TV and cell phones and absolutely just a lot of gobbledygook. Now, with all that being said, if you'll just take time to get them out in the woods or get them on a stream in the great, great state of West Virginia, you'll have time with them that will connect like you can't imagine. Absolutely, it will touch your soul in every way. And here's a perfect example. I'll promise you this. Now, it may be 4:45 before I can pull this off today, but I'll be with my grandson today at 6 o'clock. That's just turned 6 years old. At probably about 4:45, and maybe we'll only have the opportunity to be there for 45 minutes, but we'll be duck hunting at 4:45 today. And then later on, beyond that, I'll coach a basketball game and be with a whole lot more kids. I am telling you, the opportunities like we have right now at this briefing to tell folks and let them just spread the news. This state abounds in beauty and everything beyond anybody's imagination. You'll remember all these times. You won't probably remember too many times sitting in front of a TV, punching on a cell phone. Get out and enjoy this incredible state. It is unflat believable. And come to this show, and it will be spectacular. I know, beyond belief. So congratulations, guys, and let's make it all happen. Now, back to more business here. Today I am announcing the appointment of Tom Clark to the West Virginia House of Delegates in the 48th District, serving Greenbrier, Nicholas, and Webster counties. Congratulations, Tom. He's filling the seat of Caleb Hanna, and Caleb is a good man. I'm telling you right now, that is a winner and a really good man, and I just love Caleb to death and everything, and I'm sure Tom will do a fabulous job. Let's talk just a second about Child Protective Services. As of November, we have achieved some things that Cynthia personally and Jeff Pack deserve to be noted in every way. We had unbelievable vacancies of Child Protective Services workers that we really needed really bad and everything. We have gone down from 458 positions that were unfilled down to 79. And with our kids, I think we've gone down, and let me just see if I can find it real quick, but we've gone down from 124 to 9. I even stated it higher than that, as far as the vacant positions. I'm sorry, I stated it with less than that and gone down to 9 in my state of the state. It is unbelievable the work that they've done, and we're really trying to get there. These folks really need us, and they need us really badly. So congratulations, Cynthia, and congratulations, Jeff, and keep doing the good work for all of us. I want to talk about broadband real quick, and I want to thank the folks, whether it be CityNet or Shenandoah Cable Television or Frontier or on and on and on, and there's so many others. But we have approved nearly $6 million in the state for local and state fiscal recovery funds through the Line Extension Advancement and Development Program under the West Virginia Broadband Investment Plan. Great stuff. More and more good news. We're trying to connect so many businesses and people and everything, and we just got to keep working it. That's all there is to it. My $1 billion broadband program is working, and we just keep announcing over and over and over and over more and more and more situations or events that have happened, where we've got more and more and more opportunity coming our way. I want to talk just a second about juvenile justice and delinquency prevention. We have made an investment of $433,551 towards juvenile justice and delinquency prevention. And these JJDP grant funds will provide essential service for 8 impacted projects across the state of West Virginia. Again, kids need our help, don't they? Absolutely, that's all there is to it. They need our help. They need us to step up and try to do everything we possibly can. This world today bombards children with all kinds of stuff that I never, ever experienced. It's tough on kids. If you don't believe it, you go to a school. You go to a school and be with kids and just see what all is involved in their lives today. We need to help. That's all there is to it. We're going to keep it up. Thank you guys so much. Now, let me just talk to you just 1 second about this. And this is unbelievable. But since 2012, this state has been declining population. We've worked hard, haven't we? And we got all kinds of things, and you heard a lot of them in the state of the state. All kinds of folks are coming. Job after job after job. But we still have, more people that are, that are dying or maybe possibly leaving than we have coming in up to right now. Right now, the net is, for the first time since 2012. For the first time since 2012, West Virginia's growing population. We're growing population that is above the people that we're losing that are dying or the people that have left. There is more people moving in the state of West Virginia, and we're ranked 19th in the country for more people moving in or population gain. So absolutely, how's it all happen? How's it all happen? And you know, it happens because of all the stuff that we've put together. And now we're trying to do more. You know, whether it be for our vets with our Ascend program or the recruitment, program that I proposed in my budget. You know, whether it be for our schools or our roads, of all the stuff that I proposed in the budget, you know, for all the money going to the building authority, for all the different things to build new schools, to make our education process better and better. I don't know how in the world you expect children, if they're cold in school or water's running through the roof or whatever it may be, we've got to do something about that. Now is our opportunity to do something about that. You know, with all that being said, just think about just this. We've made the announcements. Nucor's building, you know, Berkshire Hathaway's building, whatever may be, you know, whomever may be breaking ground. But we have not seen the impact of those jobs yet, have we? Think about this. We're now seeing West Virginia growing population. What's going to happen when all those people are here with their jobs? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what's happening right now in this great state. And absolutely, we want to keep it going. I absolutely thank all those that are helping me pull the rope and everything. But you can tell right now, from my standpoint, I'm fired up and I'm stuck on. And that's the way I want to be all my life and everything. And as long as the good Lord gives me breath, that's what I'm going to be. But nevertheless, great stuff. Great, great, great stuff. So congratulations, West Virginia. You know, I'd love to pat you on the back. That's all there is to it. And I hope I try to do that every day. More economic development stuff. A bunch of this stuff I went through in the State of the State, but I think we probably should just touch on it real quickly again. New companies and older companies that are expanding right here within our state. It's, you know, we can't hardly get to all the demand of people that are calling, wanting to come of all the incredible news that is happening right now in West Virginia. But we thank, from a new company coming to West Virginia, Matt Fuel Cell. We thank the investment, the additional investment of companies that already exist in West Virginia. You know, Matt Fuel Cell is coming to Monongalia County with $64 million. Alcon is coming to Cabell County, a $70 million investment. Clean Seas is coming to Kanawha County, a $50 million investment. G-Stamp is coming to Kanawha County with a $70 million investment. Mountain Beverage is coming to Monongalia County with a $90 million investment. Pure Watercraft is coming to Brooke County with a $6 million investment. And SMR Technologies is coming to Nicholas County with a $23 million investment. Now, can I clean this up just 1 second? From Alcon, Clean Seas, G-Stamp, Mountain Beverage, Mountaintop Beverage, and Pure Watercraft and SMR. They're already with us. But you see, if they wanted to expand, there's so many places all across this world that they could be expanding. What are they doing? They're expanding right here in West Virginia. And we should all be very, very thankful to their commitment to each and every one of us. I want to just touch on our budget just a second. You know, on Wednesday night, you know, we delivered the State of the State, and I hope you had the opportunity to see it. You know, there was a couple of times that it was just too much for even me, you know, because I kind of probably got you know, a little emotional a couple times. But I just want to just tell you this. Here's how I see where we are. We got to first and foremost mind the store, right? And that's what we do. For the noise that you've heard that, you know, our budget is inflated and we're spending a bunch of money and everything, and it's, you know, we're building base and we're doing that, and it's going to haunt us for years to come and whatever. Please don't pay attention to that. Please. Because it's inaccurate. You know, what we've done is we've, for all practical purposes, kept a flat budget. That means we mind the store. And the next thing right behind that we've done is we've taken surplus dollars that we have, and here's what we've tried to do. We've tried to help our kids, and we've tried to help the hungry, and we've tried to help our seniors, and we've tried to help our vets. It's, you know, I don't know how, you know, whether it be our schools and helping our public schools or helping our charter schools, whether it be our moms, you know, at the pregnancy centers, you know, absolutely, whether it be, you know, replenishing the food bank, the Posey Perry Food Bank for emergency use for the hungry. We ought to do that. But at the same time, we're putting real dollars into economic development and opportunities to bring more and more and more jobs and more opportunities to West Virginia. You know, we want to be really careful and watch our money. Absolutely, really careful. For God's sakes of living, it's you know, it's just silly to think that a business guy, the guy that has taken you this far down the road, would absolutely do anything in the parting days and everything that would be anything but just minding the store and doing the right stuff. So from the standpoint of, and you know, I could just touch on a couple and everything, but the school building authority to have $150 million to be able to go and do more and more, you know, restoration or renovation or building of a new school in a community. For God's sakes of living, you know, we need to do that. We need to absolutely to have $50 million set aside for those victims of terrible floods that happen in West Virginia that can't qualify for FEMA, and we ought to be able to step up and help them. You know, I've put $100 million into our rural hospitals. You know, tell me we don't need to do that. You know, and we can do it. And these are one-time monies. These are one-time monies that don't affect our budget in any way. One-time monies. So with all that being said, let's continue to work together. And you know, even if it's for our crisis pregnancy centers, for our moms, I mean, come on. We put a stake in the sand, and God knows we should have done that who knows how long ago. That says we're going to stand for our unborn babies. You know, well, for crying out loud, then you've got to at least stand for our moms. So with all that being said, we're going to mind the store, we're going to keep doing the right stuff, and we're going to keep our budget relatively flat and keep us going in the right direction in the future. You know, I want to talk just 1 second, and Brett McMillian is also with us, and he has some more on this and everything. But, you know, like I announced, you know, about the fellow that was, you know, hit with the tranquilizing dart and everything. I hope Brett gives us an update on him and everything and how he's doing. But we do have 40 new elk on the way to West Virginia. That's great stuff. Remember the elk herd, we started with 22. We're at 110 now, and these other 40 are on the way. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So, Brett, tell us more.
Well, yeah, thank you, Governor. This is a great program, and we're excited that you are willing to get involved and help us get these additional elk. And we did have a little bit of a snafu. You know, we do have an update on our young employee that was inadvertently contacted by a tranquilizer dart. The good news is, and we're still praying for him, it was really touch and go. That's a really serious mixture of tranquilizers that's in that mix. But yesterday, it was reported to me last night from the family that the ventilator tube was removed, and we are really hoping that he gets to come back to West Virginia today. So, Governor, as soon as I get a better update, I will share that with you. We've been praying for him really hard, and it looks like that he's turning the corner. So, thank goodness for that. But this will give us a chance to grow the program. We really hope that there's going to be more available in the future from LBL. This is the original place that I think we got our first elk from, and adding these 40, as you mentioned, will really boost the numbers. We're at about 110 now, as you mentioned, and this will give us a quick jump. And the beauty of it is, we're hoping that a lot of these cows are pregnant, and we should realize more than 40 this spring once those calves do come out. So we're hoping that this is another little boost in the arm. The program's going well. I know you've been down to see him. I had an opportunity again last fall to go and hear the bugles. And Governor, as you well know, it's just phenomenal to hear that sound in the mountains of West Virginia. So it's awesome. I can't be happier to see this program continue to grow.
Well, Mr. Director, listen, I always refer to you as Brett because you're a friend and you're a good friend and you've done amazing work. And I just think just this, way back, and it's a long time ago, before I was born, these incredible creatures, traveled a lot of our mountains and our fields and everything across this great state. And then they just disappeared. And now we're trying to bring them back. And to see the beauty of this majestic animal in West Virginia is really good. And to hear them bugling in the fall, is really special. So with all that being said, I'm going to just add one other thing, and it's just this. Again, when I walked in the door, I hate to say this, but this is just honest truth. How did we stock the trout? We just rolled the truck up and dumped it in what was probably the most convenient holes, here and there. Our people were probably doing the best they possibly could, considering, you've got 1,000 trout on a truck and everything, and maybe you're the only person that, there that can help stock the fish. You can't possibly carry those fishing buckets up and down the stream all the way up everywhere and stock, 5 here and 3 here and 10 there and all that kind of stuff. By yourself, you can't do it. And so what did we change and what did we do? It's not perfect, I get it, but I'll tell you, it's one whale a lot better than it ever was. We put additional resources and people and everything, and we stock the fish so much better, which means that they stay in the stream so much longer. And with all that being said, there's more and more and more opportunities. At the time that I was referring to and everything, we didn't stock fish in the winter. We didn't, or we surely didn't stock fish in the fall. We stocked in October, but we didn't stock fish in December. We're doing all kinds of stuff. And Brett, I want you to talk about that in just a second, but last week we kicked off the season by stocking 29 lakes and streams across West Virginia. It's unbelievable. And if we just give our DNR folks a lot of credit. We were talking about the hunting and fishing show and the wild turkey folks and all that and everything. We didn't even, think about this. There's nobody that that's been in the woods more than me. And in 1976 or 7, right through there, I was 25 years old. I grew up hunting and fishing with my dad from the time that I was 5. But I was 25 years old. I was spring turkey hunting and saw the first wild turkey I ever saw in my life. And I got it. In the spring, it was a 21-pound, 4-ounce gobbler, and it was the first turkey that I ever saw in West Virginia. You know, it's amazing. Today, they flourish all across our state. You know, it is unbelievable, you know, what the DNR does in this state, and they continue to do. And right now, we're trying to do the same. It won't be nearly as successful because we're not transporting wild birds and all that, but absolutely we're trying to reintroduce and bring quail back too. You know, when I grew up, you could hear bobwhite quail in a lot of places. Now, we lost a lot of habitat. I'll give you that and everything. But nevertheless, the work is unbelievable what they do. So, Brett, finish us up on the trout stocking.
Great. Yes, sir. You are correct. And just real quick on the quail, that program has already proved to be successful. Heck, I even was able to get out myself this fall and do some quail hunting, and man, it's great. I tell you, we went to Greenbrier State Forest, and what a phenomenal day. But our trout stocking program, Governor, you're exactly right. What the staff needed was somebody that believed in them and believed that this program could be successful. And by golly, I tell you, I think we've got the best in the nation now. The fish that we're stocking, the size is, you know, we target that 3/4 pound. Jim Hedrick, our wildlife and fisheries staff, all are very dedicated. The investments into the facilities have allowed us to have these additional numbers and poundage available. The program has grown. We're doing pilot programs in Webster County. You know, there's such a long laundry list of things and changes that have been made internally with fisheries and the wildlife section. It's too long to get into now, but it just goes to show you what West Virginia has. And you said it from the get-go. We've got the people, we've got the staff. Let's turn them loose and do it. And Governor, that's what we've done. It's just as you requested. So we are a model for the rest of the country now. I couldn't be prouder of our DNR.
Well, Brett, thank you again, and please pass on all my thanks to all those folks in the DNR and all the great work that they've done. And, you know, we're all beneficiaries, so thank them for all of us, please. Martin Luther King Day, and the annual service won't be very far, it's not very far away. Now, really and truly, without any question, here's a true American hero, and we lost him way, 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 way too young. The Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs will again host their powerful service, march, and bell ringing ceremony in his honor Monday morning. You know, Elijah Lewis will give, you know, will give the avocation for underrepresented students and professor of the West Virginia State University. I've got to say one thing about West Virginia State real quick. In my State of the State address, I said what we want to do, and it was probably a surprise to a lot of people, but what we want to do is build the Ag Lab. And we want to build the Ag Lab in Charleston. But absolutely, we want to do a twofold deal. We want to build the Ag Lab at West Virginia State University. Why do we want to do that? We want to do that to help that school, and we want to do it right here in Charleston, to where it is a state-of-the-art laboratory, and that absolutely will give us a dual service. We'll have an incredible Ag Lab, and not only we will have an incredible Ag Lab, but, you know, and it'll keep our 300 jobs right here in the Kanawha Valley. But not only will we have this incredible Ag Lab and everything, but we'll really, really set the, West Virginia State University, we will set them on fire. And there's so much more goodness that can happen right there to a school that, Dr. Cage is doing a great job with and everything, and we celebrate in every way. Remember, the keynote address will be delivered by Dr. Elijah Lewis, and it will be on Monday morning and everything. And I want again to thank Jill Upson and everything for all the great work that Jill does, in the Herbert Henderson Office of Minority Affairs. She's our executive director. And again, Jill, thank you so very, very much. And you can all, you know, if you can't make it, I've got one more note here that the ceremony will be live streamed, and that's really good too. Last thing I've got is just this, is my proposed additional tax cuts. You know, we've cut taxes in West Virginia 23 times since I walked in the door. Now I'm trying to get through the legislature, and I'm sure that they're willing, and I'm sure that they're absolutely looking forward to doing this in every way. But, you know, I've proposed 3 additional tax cuts. I want to make sure that you understand. You know, the first one is to absolutely eliminate taxation on the Social Security benefits. You know, this will involve 50,000 senior households in West Virginia. You know, and I'm just going to go real quickly here and everything because we've gotten a little long and everything. But the next one is the Child and Dependent Care Tax Credit. It'll involve 16,000 different families, and really it relates to child care. And you know, all of us know that, you know, a lot of our working folks and everything, to tell you the truth, are spending, you know, a quarter, a third, maybe even a half of all their income, you know, from their job on child care. Well, we need to try to help, don't we? Well, you know, and this won't solve everything, but this absolutely will help some. And the last one is the Senior Citizen Property Tax Credit, and this is in regard to homestead property, and it is directly aimed at our seniors. And I said in the state, and then I'll be done, is, you know, don't, and I say this in slang, but don't forget who brung us to the dance. And who brung us to the dance in this state were our seniors. And so let's try to help. Let's just step up and try to help when we have the opportunity to help. And we've got the surpluses and everything. We can do it, and we can do it right now. And so let's step up and try to help. That's all I've got for right now. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Governor. We'll now go to questions from members of the media. The first today from Charles Young with WV News.
Hi, this is Charles Young with W News. Governor, I wanted to ask for some additional information about your announcement about the process of downsizing the National Guard presence in the jails and prisons. I know the Department of Corrections put out some additional information this morning saying we've made 270 hires since October. Talk a little bit about how we've accomplished that, how we keep that momentum going forward. Thank you.
Let me do this. Let me have Billy Marshall on next week and everything, and Billy can give you a whole lot more detailed information than I can give you. But here's the 20,000 foot, you know, flyby. You know, Charles, we are aggressively recruiting, you know, folks to be able to put them in positions and everything that are qualified in every way. You know, we're hiring and training, you know, correctional officers for promotion and everything from in every way. I want Billy to come in and give you the more details, but the net of the whole thing is you can't remove the National Guard until you have the correctional officers. There's no way. So with all that being said, with the pay raises and everything, we've got a real leg up to be able to get there as far as hiring the correctional officers. And it, you know, like I said in my State of the States, my hope that by late summer that we'll have the National Guard out of our facilities. And from the standpoint, not that we just want the National Guard out of the facilities, because the National Guard is great beyond belief, but we need correctional officers, and that's what we're going to have.
All right, thanks, Charles. Next to Samantha Perry with the Bluefield Daily Telegraph.
Yes, Governor. My question is pretty basic, but wondering why state police troopers in Mercer and I believe Greenbrier counties are being pulled out of their regular detachment duties to provide a personal protection detail at your daughter's home.
Well, I really can't get into that. You know, I'm sorry, but I can't get into that right now and everything. It's, you know, we've had an incident happen there that, you know, it was a little spooky to tell you the truth, but I'll try to get you more information later on, but I can't tell you anything about that now.
All right, thanks. Next, we'll go to Mark Curtis with Nexstar Media.
Good afternoon, Governor, and everyone else on board. Governor, I'd like you to address my question right now in terms of a civil rights issue, but also an economic development issue. I just came from the West Virginia Fairness Rally in the Capitol Rotunda. And once again, the LGBTQ plus community in this state is trying to get a West Virginia Fairness Act passed statewide. Currently, only 18 municipalities have a non-discrimination statute, but they want this statewide. And all they want protections on are discrimination in the workplace, discrimination in housing, and discrimination for public accommodations. Like they can't be denied seats in a restaurant if they're part of the LGBTQ community. This has nothing to do with men swimming in women's swim meets in high school, or it has nothing to do with 16-year-olds getting gender affirmation surgery or medical treatment. It's strictly about job places, the workplace, housing, and public accommodations. Would you sign a fairness bill in West Virginia if it came to your desk? I mean, this always gets blocked by the Republican leadership in the House and Senate, but if it gets to your desk, would you sign it? And don't you see this as an economic issue? Wouldn't we be saying to people in other states, look, what's the saying? Y'all means all. Meaning that if you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, you're welcome to come to West Virginia, be a part of our booming economy, take our jobs here. Wouldn't you sign this bill just to say to all these folks, you're welcome to come here? We want you. We want everybody to come here.
Well, Mark, first and foremost, I'd have to see the bill. I mean, there's no question about that. And secondly, I would be the first to say, as I've said thousands of times, we got to be respectful to all. I mean, that's all there is to it. You know, it's just that simple. Just use a little common sense and absolutely be respectful to all, and we want to be welcoming to all. But you know, some of this stuff goes a little over the edge to me, and you know, so I sure have to see the bill and everything before I could promise doing anything.
All right, thanks, Mark. Governor, back to you.
Okay. I think that's all I've got and everything. But again, I thank you and I appreciate everybody, and especially, you know, want to tell everybody again about that hunting and fishing show. Get out and enjoy, and you know, like I said, DNR's done fabulous work. Thank y'all.